I'm Julian Stoller. I am a makeup artist, filmmaker, and possibly more by the time this comes out.
What time is it? 4 a.m.
My parents are both super creative people. My mom danced throughout college, and my dad is a musician. He's a bassist currently for Heart. So I grew up in an environment that encouraged a lot of creativity and chaos. I mean, our house is purple. I like it a lot, yeah. I definitely wouldn't be the same person anywhere else. I took to dancing really first. So I danced ballet for about 10 years, from when I was 3 to when I was 13. And then by then, your body's like, you messed me up, and I have to go. But I danced at PNB, like the Nutcracker the last couple of years. So music was always a part of my life. Like I think I was like held within my first year of life. I think Tracy Chapman helped me that like in a concert, like this, like a Lion King. To my father's dismay, music was probably the one thing I avoided. I tried playing the flute once in 3rd grade. You'd be surprised, but it didn't work out. The first time I think I had makeup on me was for theater productions and for ballet. So they would like put, some just deliciously thick grease paint on our faces. And we looked tad horrifying, but in a giant stage, we looked like children, I guess. But so that was my first like memory of it. But then I think the first time I tried was like on myself. It's a very, very simple makeup. And I was like, this is kind of fun. And I think I felt cool wearing it. I think that a lot of guys, when they're young and who are interested in makeup, are kind of searching for a androgyny or playing with gender. And for me, like at the beginning, I'm sure it was that. I'm very comfortable in like a cisgender male kind of, box, which is like, what I figured out. But more than that, I kind of felt really uncomfortable as a child, like navigating social situations and all that. So it was more like escaping like the human. I think I wrote somehow that like I'd rather be like a sculpture of something than like have to participate in like childhood activities. So it was very much like aspiring to be a new species of sorts. A lot of it comes from just being inspired by narratives that I would want to tell. So really just an extension of stories I come up with in my mind for like characters and stuff. A lot of it comes from also quite like dark places. I feel like a lot of what I make is kind of sinister in some way. I'm very inspired by nature, I think primarily. It's like the idea of decay and turnover and just life like that. There's nothing that like visually, I think, tops the amount of material that nature can give us as artistic inspiration. A lot of the drawing I do is expressing concepts or just feelings. It's a way of journaling for me, really, to just kind of find catharsis in expressing something on a page. I've been on Instagram since I was like 13, 14, but it was obviously like a tiny audience and then it grew. We're all kids that are trying to escape whatever we're going through art. And because we can't work, because we can't just jump into the workforce and jump into adulthood, which I think to an extent all of us want, because when you're queer, you don't get like the childhood, I guess, that you'd want. So the answer is to just forego it altogether. But because we can't work, we go online and then we find each other, and it's a really nice unifying thing. I reached out via DM to what I learned later was the creative director of Gautier, Lady Florence Tetier. And so I was just like, I love what you do. If you ever need anything, I will do anything to work for you. Because I grew up, this is the most cliche thing I've ever said, watching a lot of Madonna tour videos. And I know that's really shocking. And so I was raised on Gautier, the Cohen bras and everything. I mean, it's such a powerfully queer brand and so iconic. A couple months later, she basically said, we're doing a collection, and she was like, do you want to do some looks for the social media for like the campaign? And I like screamed and ran around the room and cried and said yes. I shot the look in May and it came out today. I didn't realize this, but the Gautier thing came out like an hour ago, which I'm kind of in disbelief about. I have like imposter syndrome, so sometimes I just never think things are gonna happen. And so I can't even process it. I mean, like, I'm so happy people liked it, to be honest. I'm just happy people liked it. I'm really proud of the work. It took a lot of fine tuning to get that look together because I was so nervous. It took like a week of doing something like every day to try to figure out what I wanted to do. It's all marine inspired. I kind of imagined myself washed up on shore, sunburnt, some sort of shell creature. So yeah, another way to escape humanity. I always want, like every artist, for people to find their own beauty through the work that I make and to find their own meaning. But the biggest thing I hope to accomplish with making what I do is to give back to the people that inspired me, because I don't think that this cycle is sustainable unless we try to speak to a generation of new artists and people that are searching for a creative outlet. So yeah, that's my biggest thing, is that I hope that I can do that for someone and then get to see their work. Again, there's like nothing more beautiful to me.
Congratulations to Julian on being accepted into NYU's renowned filmmaking program, and you can keep up with Julian on Instagram. Catch Art Zone Friday nights at 8 and anytime online at seattle.gov/artzone.